We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically.
So just about set now. And on the mound in this one, Patrick Sandoval. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Headed towards the corner. He's got it. And there's one down. Let's take a look at our lineup. Singy, this lineup has the benefit of playing behind a great pitching staff. They've got a really low ERA.
Yeah, and, with that said, there's not as much pressure on the offense, but make no mistake about it. Players want to hit the ball hard, and they want to score runs. They want to jog around the bases, hitting the ball over the fence. So regardless of how dominant the staff can be, the attitude is we want to go out there and have some fun with the bat. So we'll see. One big inning in this one, could be all they need, but you'd like to have multiple big innings.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. Frelick on his way to third. The relay. The tag. Ow!
Absolutely perfect execution of the relay right there to cut him down at third. And he probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took a great play to get him. You just have to tip your cap.
And here's the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. And a foul ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Just off the inside edge.
That's excellent location for a pitch like that. It looks like it's going to be a strike, and then it just runs in on the hands. So if you can command it and hitters have to respect it, just keep going in there until they make you make an adjustment.
Swings and misses, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first, 0-0. Back here in the desert and towing the slab, Cody Poteet.
Yeah, and his whip tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So taking the mound, this is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
Here's the left fielder, Jarren Duran. Shortened the bunt and missed it, and it's 0-1. Duran launched a homer in his most recent game. Swing and a high fly ball right field. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down. Okay, let's check out the lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Marcelo Meyer.
This guy had an on-base percentage of over 400 last month. That's just telling you he's taking his walks, he's getting his knocks, he's finding some holes. Everything just going really well for him right now. But don't overlook the fact that that happens because he's having consistently good at-bats.
Come on, Christian. Fly ball down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. The pitch. And there's a foul ball. 1 out, bases empty. Struck him out looking. And now the first baseman, Jonathan Aranda.
Really strong hitting performance recently. Hits in each of the last 6 games.
Check swing, and he went.
0
Strike
balls, 1
one.
strike.
Ball 1 there.
1-1.
Next pitch in for a strike. And the count 1-2. Stays alive. 2 outs, bases empty.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And that
That's
just misses.
Really good take,
2-2.
especially with 2 strikes.
Misses
That's the ball.
outside. And now it's filled up 3-2.
Full count.
That one ripped. Way back there. And gone. His 22nd homer of the year. It's 1-0.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Now batting Tristan Casas. Foul ball there. Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Upstairs.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
That one is absolutely belted. Frelick ranging back. Gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add to their lead. It's 2-0.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Berg. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here's the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. On the ground to the left. Birdie fires over to first. And that is the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. New inning getting started. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. Chris, it's been a good year for him, having already set a new career high for RBIs in a season.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Sandoval, a 6'3 lefty. He features a changeup, a slider, a 2-seamer, a 4-seamer, and he occasionally uses a curve.
Boog, one of our favorites. Jerry Hillsdale umpiring behind home plate in this one. Pretty much by the book with his strike zone.
And because he's so by the book, you'll sometimes see pitchers questioning him. They'll make a good pitch on the edge of the zone, want the strike, and not get the call. But most of the time, Jerry gets it right. He's a good one. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. There's a strike. Nimmo with some impressive production lately.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
Ground ball left side, could be 2. Takes it to the bag, that's 1. And that's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
The batter will be Michael Conforto.
He's been on fire at the dish lately, working on a 5-game hitting streak.
Fastball for a strike.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
And the slider just misses.
Here's a batter who, for whatever reasons, plays better on the road, and that should help him here today.
There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And that one is gone. And they're on the board. It's 2-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. When you have a team that hits home runs at such a high rate, they can get back in the ball game so quickly. That's why that leadoff walk was extremely costly.
So up next, Anthony Volpe. Foul ball. Fouled off left side. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Two outs. Ground ball right side. Aranda. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Bottom of the inning. Now it's Randy Arozarena.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
Poti back to work. And that one fouled off. This one in the air. Volpe makes the catch for the out. And there's one away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. And first offering is fouled off.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about, the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. 2 outs, base is empty. Alec Thomas now.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Marcelo Meyer stands in now and watches strike one. Thomas off of first with 2 away. And that one fouled off. Battling here as he fouls it away. And there's a ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so it's a good take by him.
High fly ball out towards left field. That one back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. Here's the second baseman, Zach DeZenzo.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
That misses. Ball 1. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And now the lineup turns over with 1 away.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
John Birdie at the plate. Outside with a breaking ball. That one fouled off. And that misses. Ball 2. Man at first, 1 away. Runner on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Great jump, and that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment, or players are going to be running all game.
On the ground. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and now they have runners at the corners.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
And now, Sal Freeland. That one lifted to left. Durant on the move. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for third. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 2-2.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
And now Vinny Pasquantino struck out swinging his first time.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Throw over to first. Birdie back in on a dive.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Safe at second, and that was not close. That's hard hit on the line. And that'll do it. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. We are tied 2-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now batting Jarren Duran. And that's in the dirt. Outside. And now 2-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. That's down and in. Check swing, called strike.
Full count.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Here's Christian Arroyo. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And that one missing low.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Ripped to third and caught.
That's a big first out of the inning. He showed off his skills catching the line drive, but most importantly, he kept the runner out of scoring position. Things would look a little different if he didn't make that play.
So digging in, Jonathan Aranda. He's already homered here in this one. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And misses inside. Ouch, that one drilled him. Gets it there in time, though, and they get it out of the play. The comebacker got him down low, and you can really see him favoring the leg. That's his plant leg, which might be a concern, Chris.
Yeah, you hope he's got some feeling in that leg so he can land on it, like you said. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay and try to continue, Boog.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Tristan Casas. He's already homered in this game. Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Runner at second. 2 down. That one is hammered right field. That's back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 3 innings complete. We are tied 2-2. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Paul DeYoung. That one finds the zone. 0-1. That misses off the outside edge. Next offering is in for a strike.
1-2.
That one way inside.
Count is full.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Well, it's safe to say he won't be getting invited to the charity golf tournament this offseason.
Go ahead run on base. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo. He's 0 for 1. And a fastball misses outside for a ball. Ball 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
And it's even up.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
And that one is lifted in the air. Duran under it, and there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Michael Conforto.
And here is Michael Conforto. He's been a great free agent sign. Fought off foul. And now the 0-1.
1-1.
In the dirt. DeYoung, the base runner at first with 1 out. Next offering is fouled back.
Two and two.
Squirts away a little bit. All tied up. Top half of inning number 4. And that one goes straight to the backstop. DeYoung into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1 out and a runner at second. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 3-2.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So up next, Anthony Volpe, 0 for 1 so far. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And there's the strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And it hits the fence. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score.
Back-to-back base hits. Put a great swing on that pitch to deep center field, and we knew it was going to be close, but just not quite enough. And I'm sure a few of his teammates might be yelling weight room at him right now, but he should definitely feel good about that one.
Now, Logan O'Hoppe flied to left his first time. Yeah, that's in for a strike. 0-1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And it's 1-1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Runner at second here, one gone. Sandoval checks the runner. Volpe dives back in safely. And that's a strike. That one missed.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
That one missing inside.
You got a full count.
That to right. The Rosarena after it. He's got it. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Zach DeZenzo.
And now here is Zach DeZenzo. A single and a run scored and a walk. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
In the air to left down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. 2 outs.
1 and 2.
In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate.
You don't want to run yourself out of an inning, so it's got to clearly get far enough away from the catcher. If you're the runner at third, think about scoring.
And that's down and away.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. That one just misses. And that's ball 3.
You got a full count.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. On the ground, right side. Arroyo whips it to first. They limit the damage here. They put 2 on the board with a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left. On now to the bottom of the 4th. The Irish have the advantage, 4-2. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture. Fastball is outside.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And that's through there for a strike. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And a ball evens the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
You got this.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And that's a little high.
That's the ball. Full count.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
When you go that deep into an at-bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
Randy Arozarena digs in now. First time up was a pop out. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
He was all over that one. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Alejandro Kirk now at the plate. He's one of the best players in the game. Late swing fouled off. Paredes, the lead runner at second. Arozarena at first with no outs. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. A changeup missing, and a count 1-2.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Here's a 1-2. Got him! And that is a big first out. Next to hit, Alec Thomas. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run! And this place is rocking. It's 5-4. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
One down. And now Marcelo Meyer. Popped up left side. Birdie. And it's caught for the out.
Now batting, left fielder, Jaron Duran.
So the batting order turns over. Now the left fielder, Jaron Duran. First pitch just misses.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. That clips the corner.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
On the ground, right side. DeZenzo fires to first on the run. On the money. Nice play. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. It's now a 5-4 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Chase Field, ready now for the 5th inning. And stepping in is the speedy John Birdie. Sandoval back to work. Missed with a changeup, and that's ball 1. Birdie in his 7th season, 35 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Now 1-1.
1-1.
That's a little bit low.
Down.
And that one pulled foul. That misses the zone, and that's ball 3.
Count is full.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now batting, right
Manager
fielder,
out of the
John
dugout, and he's going to make a change. Patrick Sandoval is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Victor Gonzalez.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Stepping in, Sal Frelick. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Birdie runs. Pitch misses.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
And safe. It's a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Chris, his wheels were the difference maker on that play. Just got in there.
Yeah, with StatCast's help, we see his top speed on this stolen base, and that's a big number. I mean, man, he really made his athleticism work for him on that one.
Tap foul at the plate.
He's so solid, calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
Next pitch is downstairs. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're at the top of the 5th.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Caught him looking for the K. And here's the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch misses. That one the other way. Oh, great grab on the dive.
Well, 2 goals when you've got the go-ahead run at the plate. Keep him in the ballpark, and then second, keep him off base. Well, that diving stop right there does just that. Excellent job.
Now it's the DH, Paul DeYoung. Gets the call, and it's 0-1. Birdie stands at second with 2 gone. Swinging a foul out of play.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Up and in, and it's 1-2. Outside.
That's a ball.
Strike 3, got him swinging. 3rd out, and that ends the frame.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here in the desert, now the number 2 hitter, Christian Arroyo. That one clips the outside corner. It's 0-1. Activity in the bullpen. Vinny Natoli getting ready to go. La Sorsa getting cranked up as well.
Make it count.
And ball 1.
Ball.
Line drive. It gets down, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Cody Poteet won't go any further tonight, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching.
Joe La Sorsa gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
And now the first baseman, Jonathan Aranda. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
You know, this group of hitters putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
That's a laser base hit. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now here is Tristan Casas.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
Sinker catches the zone at the knees. No outs. Runners at first and third. Now that's smacked to right center. Base hit and a run in to score.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
First and second, no outs. Paredes, the next to hit. That one ripped, but foul. First and second here, no outs. Hit on the ground, might be two. To second, there's one. How about that double play?
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
And now the right fielder, Randy Arozarena, 1 for 2. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Two outs and a runner at third. Last half of inning number 5. Breaking ball inside. And the count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off.
No, that's inside.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two outs. That's too low. Full count now. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
In steps the man they call Captain Kirk.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Now this is in the air down the line. Conforto sizing this one up and makes the grab. And that will end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 6-4 ball game. Top 6. And now the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
That's outside. 1-0. Movement in the bullpen. Andres Munoz. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Romero also throwing. And another ball. That one misses. And now 3-0.
3-0.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Michael Conforto will climb in.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Just missed. Gets the slider in there for a strike. And a count 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Good eye in that spot.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
On the ground, 2 ball. The underhand flip. There's one. On to first, double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Now at the plate, Anthony Volpe. Slider for a strike. Two down, nobody on. And we're the top half of the 6th. On the inside corner for a strike. The next offering misses. And the count is 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The shortstop takes the ball. Gonzalez deals. That one misses, and that's ball 3. Logan O'Hoppe to bat next. The kick, the 3-2. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Now pitching.
Javier Assad will take over here.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year. So the defense should be active.
Man at first, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Logan O'Hoppe. Check on the runner, and he's back in easily. Fastball for a strike. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. That's in for a strike. Go to second. Ow! And that'll end the inning.
Well, trying to get in the scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. And now it's going to be Alec Thomas. Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike.
One and one.
So now 1-2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Next offering is outside.
Full count.
Goes down looking. And the batter will be the shortstop, Marcelo Meyer.
Marcelo Meyer.
That's in there. 0-1.
0-1.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches.
No
Down an
balls,
0-2 hole. He's
strikes.
going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. To third. Birdie fires over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, left fielder,
Jaron Duran getting ready to hit. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. He'll do it himself, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we're back. Top of inning number 7. Here's the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
And now 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now it's the second baseman, Zach DeZenzo. And that's too high. The other way, and foul ball. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
2-2.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves, knowing that they can miss the bat. Tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Now the third baseman, John Birdie. First offering, and it just misses. And it's fouled away. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. On the ground to first. Aranda takes it to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Vinny Natoli on to pitch out of the pen here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Christian Arroyo digs in now, 1 for 3. Up the middle, DeZenzo whips it to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
Ball one
That's a
there.
ball.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that
1-0.
pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Next pitch
Ball.
misses, and that's ball 2.
2-0.
Just
No,
missed.
that missed.
And there's the automatic. Aranda checks his swing, appeal to third. He went around, says Rusty Valentine. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Gets a piece and stays alive. One down, base is empty. And there's ball 4.
Take
It
your base.
wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Tristan Casas will hit next.
Stay hot up there.
Just
No, that
missed.
missed. That's the ball.
Aranda at first, one gone. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
See it, drive it.
Hit it right.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Get your pitch.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Makes the grab for the second out. Here's the third baseman, Isaac Paredes.
Isaac Paredes.
First pitch
Inside,
doesn't find the
ball.
zone. Two outs. Lifted in the air, right center field. Freeland sizes this one up. That is the inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. JoJo Romero.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Now it's the right fielder, Sal Frelick.
Sal Frelick.
Pitch misses
That missed.
there,
That's a ball.
and that's ball 1.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Next offering
inside.
misses.
That's a ball.
2-0. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jeremiah Estrada warming up for manager Kevin Cash. That misses, and now 3-0. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
fouls one away, and now 3-2. And down on strikes. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. And here is Vinny Pasquantino.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
That's a slider for a strike. Romero, 28 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Next pitch downstairs, and the count is even, 2-2. One down, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back. And out of here. That'll fire up the dugout. It's 6-5. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
And the batter now, Paul DeYoung. Just
Ball
missed.
inside.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And that one is downstairs. And the count is 2-0.
2 balls,
Romero,
no
maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
And the tying run is on base.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to, he's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Here's the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Misses off the plate. Ball 1. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Jojo Romero won't go any further, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Jeremiah Estrada.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's the left fielder, Michael Conforto. First pitch just misses.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
And now it's even up.
1-1.
Oh, right to the backstop. And now a man into scoring position.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Holding on to a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the eighth. In the air, right side. Tracks it down for the out. And that's the third out. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's tightened up a bit at 6-5 now. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Adam Ottavino.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Well, one-run game. Leading off, Randy Arozarena. Base knock center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single. At the plate, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 3 in this one. In the dirt. Nobody out. Runner at first. Next pitch is outside. Action in the pen down there. Zach Birdie up and loosening in the pen. And that one a little below the knees. And that's ball 3. Right through there for a strike. And the sweeper catches the plate.
We got a full count.
Got him. One down.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Thomas, batting with one down, takes a strike.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Just missed.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball.
1-1.
If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
And that one hit to first. Pasquantino tossed to second. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Well, they have a chance of turning two right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Now here is Marcelo Meyer. That's to third, but it kicks foul. Thomas, the runner at first with two gone. And that one popped in the air left field. Conforto sizing this one up, makes the grab, and that's the inning. We go to the ninth, and now Anthony Volpe. And that one a little bit high. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
No, that at bat had a lot riding on it. Certainly a pivotal swing of the bat in this ball game. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
No outs, runner at first. And here's the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Estrada picks over, and he dives back in safely. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. And that's in for a strike. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
Here's the second baseman, Zach DeZenzo. Popped up. Arroyo in position. And there's two away. So it's their last chance in this one. And the batter now, John Birdie.
Right now they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with two outs to score that run from first.
Over to first, and he's saved.
Well, at least you got the pitcher thinking a little bit. You don't want to run yourself out of the ball game. You get thrown out or picked off, it's over.
Hit to right, and that ought to do it. And that is the ball game.
Well, with this sixth win in a row, all of a sudden, you start to look around up and down the lineup to your left, to your right as a player, and you say, you know what, we're good. We may have had some tough times earlier on, but this is a good team, and you start to expect this kind of play out of yourselves. We'll see if this translates into a longer winning streak than it is right now.
6-5 the final here today. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shammy saying so long.